Alright, we're here in Secret World today, going to be doing the Kingsmouth Code. This is an investigation mission. I actually skipped the intro briefing here, but if you want to see it, you can find it in the full guide in the description. And also, just to cover real quick, this is going to try to be a little bit more straightforward into getting to the solution. However, you can see a more tiered kind of hint-based guide in the full guide below. Anyways, we're starting off with following the Illuminati symbols as our first objective there. And you can actually see, if you look at the journal, there's a hint image that's given to you, which is of one of these manhole covers. What you do is you go outside, examine the manhole cover outside, and you see it's kind of the same thing. And the eye pyramid on the manhole cover kind of makes an arrow. You can see we're just following it right now down Main Street, and take a left here. Belmont. As you can see, it kind of points this way. And then the next one points to the right down the pier. So we're going to go down there. And then around the back of the shed here. So yeah, you can see the arrow points towards the back of the shed here where this person's standing. And some cardboard boxes. And just examine this plaque here. And it's going to give us some hints. Seat of Power, Navigator, Moralized, Illuminating the Path, the Sleeping Priest, and Flesher. So the first part that we're going to need to know of this is the Seat of Power. And where is the Seat of Power in a small city? It's going to be in the Town Hall. So we're going to go ahead and head inside there. That's done with. Head inside. And also that plaque talked about the Navigator. Well, there's a bunch of pictures here you want to examine, except don't want to examine the wrong one, you just want to examine the right one, which is this one. If you kind of look at it before, it has the same navigator tools that were seen in the hint image. Not to mention it's one of the only pictures that's really of a dude. Anyways, so our next important thing is kind of want to check the clocks, because I mentioned the hands of time. If you kind of notice, all the clocks actually in that whole town are stopped at 10:10, including all the ones in the town hall here. So the other part of the clue now that we need as well is the Sleeping Priest. Well, that's talking about the priest's home, which is right next to the church. So that's where we're running to next. Because this is where the priest sleeps, obviously. You can also kind of see the eye there. It's kind of another symbol worth noting. And actually run around to the side here. I kind of saw an icon of some kind. But run on to the end of the house. And behind it you'll find this little keypad next to a cellar door. Now, in order to find the code, the part of the hint that we needed the 10:10 for on the clocks was to actually figure out a Bible verse. I know I'm kind of skipping maybe a few minor details, but like I said before, check out the full guide down in the description, and I go into a lot more specifics about how you figure this stuff out. But bring up your browser, you can Google search Kings 10:10. And the first one should take you to this bible.cc site, and you can see, and she gave the king 120 talents of gold. The only part of this hint, or next part of the hint that's a number, is 120, so we're going to go ahead and enter that into the keypad. Okay. Now we can unlock the basement door and head inside. use the Illuminati computer in the basement here. And there's one more major clue we need to kind of figure out. And it says, "In the famous Solomon priest once said, light conquers all." Now, basically, what we're doing is a lot of Illuminati stuff is in Latin in terms of, you know, when it comes to kinds of hints and clues. Usually it's translating something from or to Latin. In this case, we're actually going to, the idea is you translate that phrase that it gives you, that hint, into Latin, which is actually the same phrase on these manhole covers, as you'll see in a second. And as you type this, Lux Omnia Vincent, there you go. You can see that's the same thing that's on the manhole covers that you've been following. And you're going to type that out into Latin, and access granted. There isn't really anything you can do viewing archives. It doesn't really give you access to that. So you have to go back to root and type this in again if you wanted to check that. But and then just say access secure artifacts, and that's pretty much it. I kind of turned the wrong way for a second there, but you kind of saw that sliding door open up. Yeah, there you go. And then just collect the 3 artifacts that have been revealed. And this mission is completed. And I should note that the experience rewards are significantly reduced when you've done this mission a second time. It's really the biggest reward is doing it that first.